And what is up, everybody? It's time to go to war as we're here today to preview Survivor Series War Games. As I just said, not to go in the camera. Get out of the camera sight, bro. Yeah, got to get out of the camera. Yeah, there we go. Gotta get out of the camera. Can't be in the camera. No. Can you please walk further? Go over there. Don't go by the chair. But hey, we're here today to talk about it. So let's not waste any more time and let's go through War Games. This is NXT. Let's get to the War Games card. Where's it at? Here we go. We have the men's War Games match, as it is. CM Punk, Jimmy and Jay Uso, Cody Rhodes, and Roman Reigns as they take on the team of Brock Lesnar, Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, and Drew McIntyre. We have Stephanie Valkyrie putting her title on the line against Nikki Bella. We have John Cena, the GOAT, Mr. 17, never seen, the Intercontinental Champion. He's taking on that dirty bastard, Dirty Dominic Mysterio. And then we have the War Games for the women. There's that one. And then the War Games for the women, we got Becky Lynch, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, Asuka, and Kairi Sane as they take on the team of Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss, and making her first Survivor Series match debut return since 2014. It's time to light it up with Ms. AJ Lee. We're here today a little bit earlier today because we will be doing a War Games retro episode later on tonight. So come and hang out as we watch 4 or 5 retro War Game matches, just depending on how long they are and depending on how much time and when we start the show. As of now, I got it set for about 7:30. We'll see how it goes. But let's get to it, and let's see if we got any people in the chat. I know this episode is a little bit earlier on in the day, so if you are watching it on delay, on repeat, on rerun, whenever you are watching this, please leave your comments, your questions, your concerns in the chat, and we will talk to you about every single one of them that we got and everything that I think will be going down. So I'm excited for it. I can't wait. But let's not waste any time and let's get into the first match that we're going to preview today. And that is going to be the match between Ms. Nikki Bella and Stephanie Valkyrie. The Main Event Network, Mr. Too Sweet Kyle, thank you for retweeting this episode. If you guys have not yet, go check out the Main Event Network. We are on the road to 300 subscribers. Also, the OTM guys, they are on the road to 500. I think they're almost less than 10 away. So if you hit that subscribe button, Mr. Part-timer, full-timer, mostly full-timer now because he's there. He's. I feel like we got to give him some credit because he's there all the time. But go and check them out. He will be doing a 24-hour live stream once they hit 500. But make sure you do all that good stuff. But Stephanie Valkyrie, Nikki Bella for the Women's Championship. It is going down this Saturday. And for the first time in a long time, Nikki Bella getting that opportunity to go one-on-one for the title. We haven't seen Nikki Bella compete for a title. You know, I guess we did kind of see her compete for a title a little bit, but it's been a long time. And she's never competed for this version of the title. And, you know, I'm excited for it. Nikki Bella recently just turned heel in Boston. She tried to take the shine from Mr. John Cena, but she couldn't. And we saw Nikki Bella lose. And they won their match. And then Nikki Bella turned heel on Stephanie Valkyrie. And I don't think Nikki Bella understands what she has just caused and what she has just done because La Premiere ain't putting up with it. And as much as I love myself some Nikki Bella, I just, you know, after we saw that match that went down on and at with Becky Lynch, right? Was it Becky? Or was it somebody else? No, it wasn't. Was it Becky? I forgot. Who did she fight in her first match? Why am I blanking on this? I literally just saw the picture today and it was her missing. I don't know. Somebody let me know in the chat. But either way, I love Nikki. We're gonna have ourselves a couple twirls. But in the end, La Premiere, there's no way Nikki Bella wins this match. And there's no way that we see a new champion. I just don't think we take the title off of Stephanie. And as much as I would like to see Nikki have one more title run in her career, I think it's going to be with the tag team titles, as we've seen reports and rumors of Miss Brie Bella possibly making a return. And she wants to have one more final return and run in the WWE. Nikki also did say no matter how long this run is, if it's 6 months, a year, 2 years, this is her last run in the WWE, and she'll most likely retire from professional wrestling and the in-ring competitive part after she's done with this. But La Primera going to put on a show. They're going to put on a good one. I think this will be a good match. And the fact that there is only 4 matches on the card, I could see it possibly going around 15, 16 minutes. But after it's all done, we're going to do the Devil's Kiss, and we're going to still see Stephanie Valkyrie, your women's champion. Now, let's get to the Intercontinental Championship match, and that is the man, the myth, the legend. It is Mr. 17, never seen 17, Mr. John Cena, taking on that dirty bastard, Dirty Dom Mysterio. And this is actually a match that I talked about when we were going over and kind of trying to predict what John Cena's retirement tour could look like, who he could face, and everything else. And we got Hassan in the house. What's up, Hassan? And everything else like that. And Dominic, I thought definitely was going to be one. And I thought it would be a good opportunity the way they've done it is if Dominic was still, as he was, the Intercontinental Champion, have John Cena try to become a Grand Slam champion, which he did. And he won the Intercontinental Championship for the first time in his career. And now in Dominic's hometown and his home turf, as John Cena won the title in Boston, Dominic is going to try to get some revenge against Mr. 17, never seen again. And, I don't truly know how long this title run will be for Cena. Will he have the title until his last match and then retire with it? Will he lose it against Dominic? Will he lose it before then? He does only have one more appearance after this one. One more appearance after this one, and that is his last match, which is December 13th, and we're down to the final 4. In the semifinals for the tournament right now, or almost the semifinals, Gunther, Solo have moved on. We have to find out who will face LA Knight, and then who is in the other match. I keep blanking on these things. I don't know. Somebody let me know. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. Yes, guys, happy Thanksgiving if you are not going to be here. And we will not be here tomorrow. I should say not you guys, but none of us will be here because we will be spending time with family, eating some food, watching some football. It's going to be the 3 F's I always like to say for Thanksgiving. Family, food, and football. In that order, of course, obviously. Family comes first. Number 1, John Cena should be a part of my family, as we all know how, Yeah, anyway, John Cena, I want to say he's going to win this match, but I truly think Dominic Mysterio could very well come out, take the dub, get his Intercontinental Championship match, get his title back, and then maybe Rey Mysterio comes out, and, I thought we were going to get something like that. I thought we were definitely going to get Rey against Dominic in Survivor Series just because it is in San Diego, their hometown, and everything else like that. But I'm down for this one, and I don't think, again, if you would have told me in 2005 when Eddie and Rey were fighting for custody, that 20 years later that Dominic would be facing John Cena in his last pay-per-view match. And like I said, as much as I love John Cena, I think Dominic's going to win. I think Dominic's going to get the title back. And then, the whole point of John getting the title was just for him to complete the Grand Slam, which luckily, thankfully, he did because I was happy and I was kind of, it's like I wanted it to happen, but as I always like to say, I never like to get my expectations too high because then you end up getting let down and then you're disappointed, and that's not ever a good time to want to have. But Dominic Mysterio, I'm going to say he pulls off the upset, maybe with some shenanigans from the Judgment Day. Maybe some shenanigans from somebody else or something else, or we'll see somebody else maybe help John Cena in a way. I don't know. But after it's all said and done, we'll say, and only according to himself, we're going to see the greatest Intercontinental Champion return and reclaim his title. As I'm going to say, Dominic Mysterio gets the win against John Cena. Now, we have the 2 War Games matches. If you don't know, you're about to know how War Games works. We have seen War Games since the year 2017, as you guys see, and as I showed you earlier, we will be going back tonight on the channel, and we will be watching not all, I should not say all, because if we were watching all, we'd be here until midnight or longer. But we're going to watch, like I said, probably 3 or 4 of the old NXT War Games matches. Definitely the first one, the one that Kevin Owens returned at against Undisputed Era the weekend of 2019 Survivor Series. And then we're going to also watch the NXT 2.0 versus NXT. And then there's going to be one that I haven't chosen yet that we're going to decide. and we're going to see how it goes and everything else like that. So join us for that. But if you don't know how War Games works, there are 2 teams of 5. And the first entrance fight in the ring, the match does not officially begin until they have all 10 competitors in the ring. And the first entrance, I think, come out every 5 minutes, like the first entrant that comes in, because for the men's, we know who got the advantage this past Friday. We saw Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre get the win against the Usos. So that means that Logan Paul's team, Brock Lesnar, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Drew McIntyre will have the advantage, which means it will always be 1-on-2, 3-on-2, 4-on-3, 5-on-4 until all 10 are in the ring. So it just means that they have an extra man in the match. And after the first entrant, from there on out, there are 3-minute intervals, if I'm not mistaken. And if that's how it usually is, if I'm not, I'm sure we'll see it tonight when we watch the older ones and everything else like that. But then every 3 minutes, we come back and forth. We have the guys come in, the girls come in and out wherever they want. And then if they want, they can bring some weapons in, whatever you want to bring. And then once all 10 competitors are in the ring, it's a free-for-all to see who will get the first pinfall. And the first pinfall to hit that 1, 2, 3, that team wins the match. And you are the winner of War Games. So if you didn't know, now you know how War Games starts and how War Games works. I'm sure they're going to show the graphic. I'm sure we're going to see something tomorrow or Friday, I should say, because today is Wednesday. I'm sure we'll see something on Friday for that, and they'll show everybody. But just in case you didn't know, now you know. Let's get to it, though, and let's start previewing these War Games matches. I don't know which one I clicked on, but we are going to, I guess, begin with the women's. And this one, we have the team of the Kabuki Warriors, your new tag team women's champions. We got the former Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch. We got the team of Nia Jax and the newly acquired SmackDown superstar, it seems, from NXT. It's Miss Lash Legend. She's the bougie baddie, and she's here to make a name. And the fact that her first main roster match in the WWE pay-per-view match is in War Games, it's kind of insane. And on the other team, we got the team of the woman that has competed in all of the women's War Game matches, that is. It is Io Sky. We got Mommy, Rhea Ripley. We got Alexa Bliss, and we got the Queen, Charlotte Flair. And the one we did not expect, well, I guess not, because I kind of called this when we did that show about a month or two ago, maybe longer, when we tried to predict AJ Lee's return and what she would be doing for the rest of the next year of AJ Lee. And I said November, she was going to be in War Games in some sort of way. And that's exactly here we are. AJ Lee lighted up. She is the 5th member, and she was announced this past week for Rhea Ripley's team. And we're here, and it's oh so beautiful. And I'm not, they say it every year. They say it's the most stacked War Games match of all time, and everybody this, everybody that, yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to say this is the biggest War Games match of all time, but I will say, I think out of the 10 superstars that are in it, I don't think that you could have 10 or even like 7 or 8 big time, and again, all 10 of them are phenomenal, but the amount of superstar name value that they have in this match with Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, Alexa, AJ, Becky, Asuka, Nia Jax even, I mean, you know, I feel like in a way, this could very well be the most stacked superstar name value-wise War Games match for the women specifically. I'm excited to see it. I do think that AJ Lee will most likely enter last. Maybe not. Maybe she will want to come in first. I think that would be sick. But I think that Rhea Ripley will start off the match for her team. And then I will say that Asuka or Becky Lynch starts for their team. And, you know, as I said, the first interval is 5 minutes where we'll see somebody come out. And actually, for the women, we don't know who has the advantage yet. So it's kind of hard for me to say and kind of hard for me to tell you who and where I think they're going to come out because we don't know what and who has the advantage yet. But after all 10 women enter the match, after they fight each other for, I'll say, a good 45 minutes, because this match does take a little bit of time and it does take a little bit of, you know, patience. And as I said, the match does not begin until the final 10th member, the 10th superstar in the match enters the match. If they're bringing weapons, as soon as they step in that ring, you can start counting that 1, 2, 3. We've seen some crazy things happen in the past. We've seen Randy Orton RKO JD McDonough. We've seen Io Sky jump off of it. We've seen Bronson Reed tear something in his what was it, his shin or something, as he did a tsunami last year. We've seen Tiffany Stratton do the prettiest moonsault in the world. We've seen Charlotte Flair jump off and do her infamous crossbody and her infamous backflip. It's incredible the things that they can do in this match. And I think we're going to see some of the same. I think Io Sky will do something crazy. I think we'll see maybe Charlotte jump off of it. I think Lash could be somebody to keep an eye on, to have a big moment that we may not be expecting her to have. I think it's going to be a good match. I'm so excited to see it. I can't wait to see AJ Lee be in it. I kind of hope she does start off the match just to see her compete for as long as possible. But again, it is only her second match. So I would not be shocked to see her enter about probably fourth or even maybe last for her team. And she's probably not in there for that long in period of time. But either way, after it's all said and done, and after these 10 women destroy each other, I'm going to say about after 52 minutes to be exact, I'll say that Team Rhea Ripley gets the win with AJ Lee pinning Becky Lynch. That's what I think. I think AJ Lee going to get her lick. She's going to do her damn thing. And she tapped her out, if I'm not mistaken, right? They tapped her out at WrestlePalooza. AJ Lee is going to get the win. And if it's not Becky, I feel like the person that most likely could take the pinfall could either be a Kairi Sane or a Lash Legend. Because people truly, unless you are a big fan of NXT like I am, you probably don't know who Lash Legend is, and you're probably like, well, now Nia Jax just has another best friend, and that is where it goes for that. But I'm excited. Can't wait for it to go down. I would have liked to see them not like build it up the way they do. I wish we would have a little bit more time to build it up because I feel like we just got the teams now made official. And here we are now previewing the show as we only have Friday Night SmackDown. And remember, Friday Night SmackDown was taped last week because of the holiday season. Triple H gave them the holidays off. And, that is why we will not be seeing them. And that is why it was taped, because Triple H is the best boss in the world, right? Giving the people the days off that they should be given off. Just a normal thing to do. But I'm excited. It's going to be good. But Team AJ Lee walking out your winner, and they're going to defeat. And as I said, I'm going to say that Kairi Sane or Lash Legend takes the pinfall. Or out of surprise, as I said, Becky Lynch takes the pinfall from Ms. AJ Lee. And that is the women's War Games match. Now, we got the men's War Games match. And this one is kind of different because they say it, as I said, for the women. It's the greatest, the biggest War Games match of all time. If you take out Brock Lesnar, this is just another War Games match. We've seen one team, all of the team, compete in it at least twice, or at least once, I should say. We've seen Drew McIntyre compete in it. Bronson Reed competed in it last year. The only people that haven't competed in it is Brock Lesnar, Braun Breaker, and Logan Paul, in a way. So, yes, it is a very big name and big, heavy superstar War Games match. But in reality, it's just they want to take out the Vision. Paul Heyman's calling as many guys as he can because Seth Rollins left his ass. It's not that I'm not excited for this, but I feel like the women's one is going to be way better than the men's. I do feel like, and it does help that we do know who has the advantage for this team, for this one. Brock Lesnar's team, or the Vision, if you want to call it. The Vision has the advantage in the matches. I said earlier, Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre got the win against the Usos this past Friday on SmackDown. Was it Friday or Monday on Raw? It might have been Monday. I can't remember. But we have, as I said, the Vision has the advantage. And to start the match, I'm going to say Logan Paul starts it. And then for the men, I'm going to say Jay, the Yeet Man, Mr. Oos, yeeting my whole life. He's going to be got there holding it down as the Iron Man for Team Cody Rhodes, or team that doesn't like the Vision. Because yesterday we had, or on Monday, I should say, they weren't all really on the same page, besides at the end of the show, when they all finally got on the same page and they poured Prime all over Logan Paul. But yeah, Logan and Jay going to start us off here. I'll say the next 2 to 3 people to enter, I'll say after Jay for his team, I'll say that it's Jimmy will enter. For Brock's team, I will say that Braun Breaker enters next for them. Third for the men, for Cody's team, I will say Cody Rhodes enters third. We will have Cody enter that, and then after Cody, probably other Bronson. I'll say Bronson Reed comes in. So as of this moment, we'll have Cody and the Usos. We'll have Logan and the Bronsons in there. And then after that, we will have Drew McIntyre come in, and then CM Punk. And the final 2 competitors to come in the match, we all know who it's going to be. It's going to be Brock Lesnar, and then it's going to be Roman Reigns. And then when you see Roman Reigns do a bunch of Superman punches, we'll see Brock Lesnar do a bunch of suplex cities, a couple F5s. Maybe he'll try to throw somebody over the cage if he's strong enough. I mean, I could definitely see them trying to do some BS or some stupid shenanigans like that to try to make it the way that they want it, or whatever type of something or another that they are trying to do here. I don't know. But with this one, as I said, I'm not looking forward to it. I'm just not as hyped up as I usually would be for a War Games match, because we've talked about it a lot, and I know I have, other people have, that it just, War Games does not feel how it once did. War Games used to feel different. War Games used to feel that it was special, especially the old NXT ones that we'll watch later on tonight. There was just something about it. It felt like these guys hated each other. It did help the Undisputed Era was in like the first 3 of them. You know, I don't think that there is specifically a reason for War Games to get 10 people in the ring just to have them say War Games. And as much as I love to say it, and as much as I love the match type, and I've seen 2 of them live, as I saw the one where we saw Team Cody Rhodes take on the Judgment Day, and then I was at the one that we will watch later on tonight with Kevin Owens returning to join the team as they took on the Undisputed Era. I just, it doesn't hit like it used to. And that might be because they do it every year now. It might be because it's just not like the rivalry setup. I think just like the Hell in the Cells, just like the Steel Cages, just like the Elimination Chambers. Right? Well, I guess not the Elimination Chamber because they have that every year now. But certain stipulations, certain match types should be used only for specific rivalries and specific things, such as when Hell in the Cell was used at Bad Blood for Drew McIntyre and CM Punk. We have not seen a Hell in the Cell match, I think, since then. We don't have the Hell in the Cell pay-per-view. That's why I think we should get rid of the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Like, just put it at WrestleMania. Have the men's on one night, the women's on the other night, and ta-da. We do have now 2 night SummerSlams. What are we going to do? Have 2 nights of War Games? And then it's just, no, that's just too much. So, I think War Games, and as much as I love it, and as much as I love the match type, I do think that we need to see them have some type of solution or some type of compromise to where we don't see a War Games match every single second of every single day of every single hour of every single year. As I said, it should be used for specific things, specific shows, specific things. And again, if you want to do it at Survivor Series, whatever. But the fact that we're having a traditional Survivor Series match on SmackDown, what are they going to call it? Friday Night War Games? I mean, what are we doing here? So, I that's my thing, is if they want to have Survivor Series, have War Games if you want. But it doesn't need to specifically be wrapped around it, like focus just on War Games. We could have had a traditional 5-on-5 match. We still could have had 1 or 2 War Games matches, more or less likely 1. I mean, I talked about it too when we were previewing and we were predicting what could happen when we were talking about WrestlePalooza, when we were talking about the show that happened before this. I forgot now at this point. I can't even remember. But Crown Jewel, they could have done a War Games match where they had an AJ Lee be a part of CM Punk's team. And then they could have had Becky Lynch be a part of Seth Rollins' team. Obviously, Seth got hurt and maybe things changed. But that's a way that you could have incorporated the women without just putting 10 women and 10 men together and being like, let's go to war, y'all. I mean, listen, as much as I love that, what it do, Mr. Too Sweet Kyle? How we doing today, my favorite podcaster on the Main Event Network, besides myself. No, I'm just kidding. But that is what I got. And I guess I didn't even tell you who I think's gonna win. After it's all said and done, and after we fight for an hour, I think this one will definitely be an hour. I think we are going to see the team of the Vision get the dub. We've seen Roman Reigns. We've seen the Usos. We've seen Cody Rhodes get the win. We've seen all of it happen. And that is why this time, it's time for change. We're going to war. But Brock Lesnar and the Vision are going to walk tall, stand tall, and take out Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and the Usos. I just think there's too much friction. We could see Jay turn heel. Bold prediction right there. We will be. Bold prediction. Jay Uso turns heel. Turns on the Usos and Roman Reigns and Cody and CM Punk. And maybe Jay is part of the, I don't know. But bold prediction for that match, for the War Games men's match. I think for the pinfall, if we're going to see somebody pin anybody, it's going to be Brock Lesnar pinning Cody Rhodes. Because don't tell me why, but calling it, you know damn well we're going to see that match one more time at some way, in some sort of another, and some sort of faction or way, we're going to see that match happen again. And that would be a way to do it, is to have Brock Lesnar pin Cody Rhodes. That is why I'll say that is what will happen with that. Or maybe, just throw it out there, maybe we see Logan Paul pin CM Punk, and maybe we get it, and I know not everybody would like it, but maybe we get CM Punk and Logan Paul down the road. War Games, though, guys. San Diego, California. Saturday night, ESPN will be here live, and this time we're going live for the whole show. Well, okay, I want to say the whole show, but I also want to make sure that the pre-show isn't 3 hours. So we're going to be live for at least an hour of the pre-show, and then the whole entire show after that, obviously. But I do want to come here and hang out during the pre-show, so we could talk, chat, hang out, because, you know, sometimes I know during the live streams, get distracted. I'm not very talkative. Sometimes I do talk, you know, but, you know, sometimes it's just like I'm sitting there, twiddling my thumbs. And I'm working on that. I'm hoping that I'm getting better for you. But, yeah. So, we'll be here Saturday for that on and at War Games in San Diego. But first, and before we get to San Diego, we got to go into the vault, and I might have to drag Jay Gold and Too Sweet Kyle from the night shift, or I guess the Great Brown Hope, because it looked like the Great Brown Hope took Kyle's spot last night, because we're going back to NXT Black and Gold, NXT 2.0. We're going back to Chi-Town in 2019. We're going back to the Undisputed Era days. It's time to go back. It's time to go and watch some old War Games matches. We're going to go back and watch some of the greatest NXT War Games matches. The first one, the one where Kevin Owens returned, NXT 2.0 against NXT, and one of my choice that I have not decided yet, and you will find out here tonight. But NXT War Games, NXT brought it back. Dusty Rhodes invented it, and we're going to see a couple matches that, if you have not seen, they're really good, from the years 2017 to 2021. And how was 2017 8 years ago? Don't ask me how, but it is. Guys, that's what we got here going down tonight on the channel. But for now, that's all I got here for you. I want to say thank you. I don't know if I finally figured out the algorithm. I don't know. Can you two please be quiet? I don't know if I have figured out the algorithm. I don't know what's going on. But as of late, the last 4 episodes we've done, we've gotten at least 200 views. And I don't think this one's any different, because I was just looking at it. And a second ago, what are we at? We are at 173 views of today's preview show. We hit over 4,000 on Friday for SmackDown. We almost hit 1K on Raw for Raw. We almost hit another 1K for NXT last night. So, I don't know what's going on. It might just be bots. But I do want to say thank you for everybody that has been joining the channel, comes and hangs out here, watches us. Even if it's for a couple minutes, even if I don't entertain you, if you think I'm funny looking, if you think I'm dumb, if you think I'm the greatest YouTuber of all time, I appreciate you just spending a little bit of your time here on this Thanksgiving week and hanging out, talking some wrestling. But as I said, guys, that's all I got here for you today. We'll be back here tonight for NXT War Games Retro. So make sure that you come and you watch that. I will be in the chat, of course. I'll be live and in the chat. Maybe I'll be live in the chat, and maybe I'll just randomly pop up in the live stream somehow. I'm going to break into the OTM's firewall and put myself in the live stream. Yes, sir. Guys, go check out. We got a special 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, if I'm not mistaken, if I know the time zones correctly now. 9 p.m., Mr. OTM and the guys going to talk Survivor Series. But now, that's all I got, as I said. So before I continue to ramble, go make sure you follow all the social medias. The OTM guys, as I said, they're on the road to 500. Main Event Network, we're on the road to 300. Go and hit the subscribe button over here if you have not yet. We're on the road to 3,400 and 4,000. Remember, when we get to 5,000 subscribers, you guys will get another subscriber raffle. And this one's going to be a big one. If you don't remember, we're going to remind you, 5,000 gets you a $50 gift card to the WWE shop and maybe something else a little bit extra for you that I'll throw in. But hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. If you've liked anything that we've done here today, turn that notification button on. Hit that like button if you have not yet. Double check, triple check. You got to make sure. Sometimes I even forget when I'm watching videos of people that I love watching on YouTube. And I always just got to go back and double check, triple check, hit that like button. Guys, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday if I do not see you here tonight. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Enjoy some football. Enjoy some food and football, or food, family, and football. Family, food, and football in that order exactly. Guys, I appreciate you all so much. If I don't see you tonight, I will see you back here on Friday as we will simulate Survivor Series War Games, and we'll see who wins in WWE 2K25. I talk too much. Sorry, guys.